Hey, farming friends, it's me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose, back with another Farming Simulator 2017 mod showcase. Hey, so you've been out doing a little forestry and you've got a huge mess to clean up quick. You could go get yourself a wood chipper, but I said quick. That's going to take a couple of hours. What you need is the Wood Crusher by DB. Now, this mod is just out on most of the mod sites. Those who played Farm Sim 15 are familiar with this mod. It was out during that time under a couple of different names, the Wood Crusher as well as the Brooks Oon. But today we have the Wood Crusher, now out on most of your favorite mod sites. I got mine from Mod Hosters, and it's a little 3-point hitch PTO driven wood chipper that will make no time at all. It will go through all of this wood and chop it up lickety split for you. You don't have to mess around with working with a crane or anything else like that. Real simple to operate. You just jump into your tractor, start her up, hit O to rotate the pipe, which is going to turn around, knock out your windshield, pop you in the head, and punch a hole in the roof before it stabilizes and locks onto your trailer. Once that has happened and you've recovered from your concussion, you can go ahead and hit X on the keyboard to lower down the front gate on this. It gets the rollers down into position so you can actually get this thing to function. Then you hit B to turn on the operations of it. V lowers it down to the ground, and then it will of course clip through the ground so that the rollers are deep into the earth for operations, which is unfortunate. Wish they would fix that so that we go down and be parallel to the ground, but I can live with it being on the ground. From there, you basically just drive around, hit a bunch of trees, and it will chip them up in one fell swoop. Now, in the previous version of this, I was able to drive right up to the butt end of the logs and chip the log in with no problem. But with this one, it doesn't really seem to work good doing it that way. It's better off if you just hit the wood from the side, and then it will chip it up and be done with it. The other thing I've had some issues with this particular mod is it just not putting the wood chips into the trailer. It's sort of like that Poo Away, which was in that Jack Black Ben Stiller movie where you sprayed the aerosol can on the poo and it just magically vanished. I've had an issue with wood chips just magically going away and not getting in the trailer. As you can see, we have 20,104 wood chips in the trailer, and as I hit this tree, it's anybody's guess as to whether we'll get the actual wood chips or not. We didn't. So they pooed away and they went somewhere magically where one day they'll fall out of the sky on people and mess up their day. But for now, the wood's out of the way, and that's really all I care about, which brings up my point. If you're in here chipping wood for the purposes of getting wood chips for financial gain, you might not want to use this mod. You're not going to profit from it. Because again, a lot of your wood chips are just going to up and vanish, and poof, your profit is gone. You might say, oh poo, when you see that. But other than that, if you're like me and you use this just to clean up tips and little pieces of wood that are around, and you want to get rid of them real quick, and you don't want to mess with trying to pick them up with a claw or pick them up by hand, this makes a really good thing for you. Like if I just had a bunch of little treetops, the little tips that don't do well, and they're a pain to pick up with a clamp, just to be able to drive into them and knock them all out just like that. Or even those little, like, see that little stub of a piece of wood right there, that little 1 meter piece right there, to be able to drive in and get that up and not have to deal with picking it up and throwing it into anything is really good. But as you can see, I got only about half a trailer width of chips out of there, which is not correct. I should have had a full trailer out of that, and so that is the downside to this mod. But I promised you guys I would give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and this one qualifies as ugly right now because it is a good mod when it's working properly, but right now it's ugly because, well, it's not working properly and it's not giving you all your wood chips. Now, I've done some comparisons with this particular mod when it was working, and if I cut down a standard tree in this game right now, so if I cut down one of this beetle pines here that is kind of just all knotted up and everything, and I run it through this wood chipper, I get about 19,000 wood chips out of it. If I do that with the wood crusher, I get about 19,000 wood chips when it works properly. But like I said, it's a 50-50 wash as to whether I'm going to get wood chips into the trailer or if they're just going to poo away into the atmosphere. So I would say it's up to you. What are you going to use this wood chipper for? If you want it for a quick, easy way to tidy up your area after you've done forestry and you've hauled off all your big logs and you've gotten rid of those and you're stuck with some limbs, maybe you got some of those unruly trees that don't process with a scorpion and you've got all kinds of nightmare like these landscape trees over here. Maybe you're wanting to get rid of some of these and they don't chip really nicely and you just want to cut the tree down so you can rescue the side of a field so you don't run into it all the time and you just want an easy way to get rid of the mess, then I would say the wood crusher is for you. But if you're wanting to drop trees, chip them up and go sell it so you have a financial windfall, no, it's not for you. You're going to be sorely upset with it and you're going to be out the money that you spent. So think about how you're going to use the mod if you do decide to get it, because it will either make you happy or it will ruin your day. So but again, it is the wood crusher by DB. I will put a link to it so you guys can get it. Hopefully he'll make some updates and it'll be a work in progress, and then you'll actually have a working wood chipper that you can use. But for now, it does function. It works good. It has one error in the code that calls for I think it's a wheel position, but other than that, it runs fine. It doesn't cause any lag or any problems on the game, and it will function for you. So if you've been looking for this particular type of wood chipper, here is the Wood Crusher by DB. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's mod showcase for you. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Of course, smack that like button. It helps me out quite a bit. Share the video with your friends, and of course, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. I do new videos each and every day, and of course, we live stream in the evenings around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks for joining us. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.